last piece of content that I'm going to share with you guys for today. And then I'm going to just keep going. In music, you'll hear chords A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A sharp, C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, and G flat, F, E flat, what is it? D flat, B flat, and then A flat. You'll hear these chords, then the diminished chords. You'll hear all these chords, and they're just part of music. And of course, all the little things in between, the melodies, the riffs, all of it, you're gonna have to repeat it and be constantly just experiencing that sound, the noise. Like all these different instruments will play the note. They'll sound different based on the instrument. The guitar, especially, for example, that note right there is a G note, assuming I'm tuned up. That's a G note. Those were all G notes. Again, assuming I'm tuned up. And basically, like, those notes aren't going anywhere. They're pretty much in place once you're in tune, and you just have to repeat that same note. I'm going from G sharp, A sharp, G to A sharp. Repetitiveness. It's going to be repetitive. When I was learning a bunch of Jimi Hendrix licks, I had to repeat it over and over again until my ear picked it up, until it became muscle memory. And that's just all I'm trying to say, guys. You have to repeat it. I heard Guthrie, a phenomenal guitar player. I'm blanking on the name right now. Like Jeffrey Guthrie or something like that, or something like an absolute legend. OG. He said that if you're able to play music faster than you can think about wanting to play that piece of music, then you are reaching that level of just like almost nirvana. You're just getting so good. You're just like, all right, I'm going to play an A, G, E. I had to think about what I was just playing, but I was just playing it just instinctively because I've gotten that good. Yeah, I'm a little out of tune, but you get the idea. Like, I've repeated it so much. I've repeated this chord. I've repeated these chords, this jumping from 2 frets, a whole step, half step, hammer on. I've repeated so many songs over and over again over the last few years and decades that I'm like, you know what? I know how to figure it out. And as always, as you're repeating things, feel free to just break out of the mold. Experiment. Play a note that you don't normally play with that same. And of course, as you're experimenting, be mindful of what's happening all around the guitar, the instrument, right hand, left hand, your legs, your mind, your body, your elbows, your wrists, all these things. You just pick up on them as you become more experienced and you become more confident in your playing. Sometimes the variables that you got to change are not on the instrument themselves or the way you're playing it, but some things outside, like, oh, maybe I notice when I'm sitting in this position at this angle, like I have a harder time playing this chord, or when I'm playing my cello, like when I'm holding the bow like this with my wrist, it's uncomfortable. When I get comfortable, hold it. I don't know. An example, all these little variables and factors can be seen and analyzed a little bit better once you start to repeat certain things. You're like, oh wow, that doesn't feel like the normal pattern that I've been following. Let me figure this out. Let me plan this out. So think about that, guys. Think about that, and the reps are going to pay off. I promise. every great musician, every great artist, every great individual who really wanted to become a master at it had to repeat it over and over again. And even repeat mistakes. That's part of it too. You have to repeat the mistakes until you finally realize, hey, I'm tired of making that mistake. What's going on? Let's take a moment to step back, breathe, analyze, drink water, and then go from there. But yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to share with this video. Make sure that you're repeating these correct pieces of music. If you play music, you're repeating the proper steps. If you're following the proper blueprints. If you're building a house, you want to just repeatedly build the same great house. But if it's a bad house, look at the blueprint again, and then make sure you're using the right materials. You're measuring it right. The dimensions are right. The plumbing is properly set. The cement base is good. The foundation is good, and then build. Thank you so much for watching, guys. That's all I'm gonna say, or else I'm gonna keep rambling. Repeat until it's secondhand nature. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Gone.